Finding our body, our breath, from our head to our hands to our feet. In breath, out breath. Space in between. Beginning of the in-breath, middle of the in-breath, end of the in-breath. Space in between. Beginning of the out-breath, the middle of the out-breath, end of the out-breath. Space in between. So we relax our attention into the listening of the breath, into the listening of its beginning, end, and meeting point. The mind wants to be absorbed, present, attentive, but not forced and not rigid. Attention also wants to be open, curious, relaxed. But not to the extent of becoming lazy, sloppy, or dispersed. So we're following the breath. And staying with your attention on the breath, on its journey. Feel into this question. Don't try to understand the question, just feel into it. Feel into the experience that it might point at. What about the space in between in-breath and out-breath? Question mark. Is that the same space in between a thought and another? Is that the same space in between a word and another? So let's notice particularly now the space in between in-breath and out-breath for about a minute with that open question. Is that space the same space that we find in between a thought and another? Is that the same space that we find in between a sound and another? So now don't worry about in-breath and out-breath. We're listening to the space in between. Now, stay there. You want to train now to be able to keep a continuity to that attentive resting that we're having in the space in between. So we want to keep the continuity also while in-breath and out-breath are happening. So carrying the awareness of the quiet space through the action of the breath. So we keep an awareness of the quiet space that we met in between breaths, even while the in-breath and the out-breath are playing out. So in-breath and out-breath are no interruption to the quiet space. Find the quiet, vast space in between and keep your attention rested on it, even when the elements that arise from the quiet space are playing out. In this case, the breath, but eventually thought. So we're passing to work with breath now more, less conceptual. So the other day we trained in dropping the investment in the storyline at random points to have the experiential understanding that the quiet space is always there, actually. It underlies the rising and passing of phenomena. It underlies all that is perceived. In fact, it doesn't only underlie, but it permeates it. So for today and for the rest of our lives, let's recognize this underlying quiet, vast no space. Abide there. Be okay with not understanding. And from there, allow the breath to continue. impregnated with its quiet, vast base of being.